I am in Israel. Biafra must come. My fellow compatriots and Biafrans all over the world, let me begin with a few comments of what transpired on the 14th of September of last year. As you all know, I left the prison. They asked me not to speak. They said I shouldn't see our people. They said all manner of things in order to cage me, to restrict me, to tie me down, to suffocate me. They wanted to insult the very essence of IPOB. In the style that I'm accustomed to, I said no, that it cannot happen. I went out to preach the gospel and to rally. To some people, that was too much for them to bear. There is nobody who can accuse IPOB of engaging in any form of lawlessness. All we did was to gather together, to rally and to pray. On the 14th of September, this very administration of Buhari, run by Jubril of APC, decided to send killers into our land, into our peaceful land, to kill us. They sent them to my house to kill me, my father, my mother, and my siblings. They came to destroy Afaruku as a community. 2 jets were hovering overhead. They stormed into my house, and I sustained very severe injuries. And they are forever our heroes. That evil is what the murderous Nigerian regime called the Python Dance, with their collaborators in Igbo land and elsewhere. As you already know, it is indisputable that the sole purpose of that evil dance was to kill me, members of my family, and innocent but brave Biafrans. It is tried that there was no justification for such lethal military operation. I was preparing to go to court on the 13th of October. I rallied at Ohafia and I told the powers that be, including Jubril, that I will bring 2 million men to Abuja. They didn't want me to go to Abuja because they had no case against me. They were afraid they would be disgraced before the world. They decided to eliminate me instead. There was no insurrection. We resisted Fulani headsmen, murderous onslaught. That's all we did, and we'll continue to do so. We were only being courageous, as Chukwokika Abiyama commanded us to demand for our self-determination, to ask for a referendum, for our freedom that our forefathers enjoyed before the colonizers came, all without bearing any arms, but armed with only the truth and the courage of our conviction. This was what they sought to suppress by means of fear. They wanted to intimidate us. They wanted to murder us into submission, but they failed comprehensively because we are IPOB and I am Nnamdi Kanu. No mortal flesh can kill me. They've not given birth to that very person, but I shall return, I assure you. I said it in 2015 that I was going back to that very country, and I returned. And if I assure you that I'm coming, you know that I'm coming is definite. Since they didn't want me to come to court, I will come back to Biafra. They have failed, and they will continue to fail. They can murder us as much as they like, but any day we decide to retaliate, the world shall bear us witness that they provoked us. I thank you all for standing very tall, especially our mothers. those who rallied in Akwa Ibom, those who rallied all over Biafra land, those at Owerri, our mothers who were humiliated by one Fulani man only. In Imo State, those that call themselves elders, they kept quiet as the most prized possession of our people, which is our mothers, our grandmothers, and our daughters, we are comprehensively humiliated. But they are our heroes, and we shall continue to honor them for their bravery and their sacrifice. I thank IPOB all over the world for standing tall and ethnic cleansing. I feel for those in the Middle Belt, and I wish they can rise up to join IPOB, that they too may be free. We are standing against sheer evil and complicity of collaborators within our midst. In the fullness of time, I will tell you the rest and of the story and what I had to undergo, what my family have had to endure, how others survived that very attack, and how IPOB security and intelligence made sure that I was evacuated from my compound. From this very day, let me assure you all that we as a people are determined to ensure that those that carried out the dastardly assault on my compound cannot hide. I am in Israel, and there is just one thing Israel has taught me over the years. It is that they can run, but they cannot hide. And I hope that one day the efficiency of Mossad will be replicated within Biafra intelligence, that all our enemies will be hunted down one after the other and brought to justice. Anybody that shares the blood of one single innocent Biafran will pay very dearly for it. Make no mistake about this. Every IPOB family member that fell must be avenged, all of them one after the other. And I assure you it is going to happen. Don't say I did not warn you. On my father's compound, who is a traditional ruler, the desecration of that very stool. The governor of Abia State was busy directing the assault on a monarch that he is a tenant of. The proscription of IPOB and this listing as a terrorist organization is a farce. And we thank particularly the people and government of the United States of America, President Donald Trump in particular, Germany, United Kingdom, most especially the parliamentarians, and my very own MP, Harriet Harman, and also Julie Ward, MEP, the indefatigable state of Israel, and other nations who stood by us in our most dire hour of need. We thank the likes of Evangelist Eliotuko, those that stood very strong despite all the bribery, despite all the effort to get them to fall by the wayside. They remained with the truth. I also thank Professor Ben Wabeze. He shall be very dear to me, always, all the days of my life. I remember that despite being nearly 84 years old, Kwo has remained with the truth. I thank her very much and the entire members of ECA. We also thank Mbazulika Mechi. These people I'm mentioning are very, very good people, honest, upright people. And I remember Archbishop Anthony Obinna. Archbishop Anikwenwa, and a few others. I must also remember what the ex-governor of Ekiti State is going through, Governor Ayo Fayose. And I wish to tell him this evening that I and all Biafrans stand with him in this hour of persecution by this same axis of evil that is persecuting Biafrans. I remember Asari Dokubo for being a brother, a very dear brother. We shall see Biafra together. You must also permit me to thank all that had the courage to speak out in defense of the truth and in condemnation of evil. Our team of barristers, led by Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and our special counsel, the very knowledgeable barrister Lawyer Jimako, they have waged a very stellar legal war, both domestic and international, to see that justice is done to IPOB and its family members. We don't have members, we have family members. I thank all my shorties for sticking with me and fighting very hard to make the case that my unavailability was not voluntary but was forced upon me. And the court, this same court that granted me bail, stood idly by and watched as the army disobeyed court order after court order. The army, in contempt of court, came to kill me. Some of their media friends slept home preparing to go to Abuja for my case, and they came to kill me. They even killed Jack, our dog. They killed my cousin, Adako, and 28 others that died that very fateful day. Senator Abaribe is a very brave man, and may Chukwuka Abiyama bless him. Mr. Uchendu, very strong and resolute, and our high priest, our rabbi, Oka Ben Madu, all that stood shorty for me. I am humbled for what you have passed through on my account. Your names will be written in gold in the course of time. Regarding my legal case and the lies being peddled by some segments of APC-friendly media, the consequences of my unavailability is as a result of the persecution, and against the movement of IPOB. Let me make this very loud and clear. The notion that I jumped bail is a fallacy, a lie, and a deceit. It is untenable in law. Jumping bail, as anyone that has rudimentary understanding of law, has to be intentional. It has to be out of somebody's volition. It has to be out of a conduct that the person is well aware of before time. In my case, on the part of the accused, what happened to me in September of last year, on the 14th of September to be precise, is better witnessed than imagined or recounted. The video is all out there if you want to see it. I went to a half year, as I recounted earlier, ready to appear in court the next month. They know I'm not afraid of them and can never be. They are the ones who are afraid of me. Sudden, the Nigerian state terrorist apparatus was unleashed on me and my family with intention to kill me. Sadly and very sadly, some segments of Nigerian media have chosen to play this down or to ignore it. Sometimes they comment and say, allegedly. How sad for journalism. Their intention was to kill me, to ensure that I didn't make it to court. They know if I go to court, that very country will no longer be the same again. To cover their shame, they hastily arranged to kill me. They asked me to call off Anambra election boycott, and I said no. I told Southeast governors I will not call it off until you bring me something tangible from Abuja. Go and get me a date for a referendum, then I will call off the boycott. There was no date for a referendum. There was nothing tangible at all about devolution. You want me to call off boycott? And said no. They arranged to have me killed. Then they can continue to enjoy their one Nigeria. They didn't want me to make it to court to prove my innocence, to prove that they have no case against me. As I told them then and I tell them now, Nigeria cannot jail me. I will fight this very case. When that failed, they deployed every mischief to frustrate every effort I made to get this very case going. Part of their strategy was to ensure that the court would hold no hearings on the peculiar circumstances of my unavailability. But they succeeded at it. Because till now, Binta Nyako's court is yet to hold a hearing about the circumstances or what led to the Nigerian army to come to my house to kill 28 people. I make bold to state that my first unavailability deserves court of law, not in a kangaroo court, where all the details will be ventilated to determine the legal impact of that very attack on my ability to make myself available to the court as required. That such a hearing was never allowed to happen in Binta Nyako's court is utterly disappointing. And that specifically is what is causing the current impasse. As someone out on bail, why would the Nigerian government come to kill me and pretend or lie through their teeth that I jumped bail when I am a ward of court and therefore deserve the protection of the court throughout the duration of my trial? Had the court found it fit to have such a hearing, had this very cause demonstrated by way of an order that I should not be shot on my way to court, we would not have this very impasse. But they know the truth, but they conceal it, they hide it, because Nigeria is of wickedness. I will return to my land of Biafra. I am not a Nigerian. I renounced everything to do with Nigeria on or around the December of 2015. I am a Biafran and I hold British citizenship. Only upon a clear pronouncement of the intentions of that very court, which I suggest to them should be free of any interference from the executive, will this very case move forward. The circumstances surrounding the invasion of my house, the invasion of the home of His Royal Majesty, Israel Okukan. You must know that my father's name is Israel, and it means a lot. Going forward, there must be guarantees by the international community so that this case can proceed, and I will prove once and for all that there is something fundamentally wrong with the brain of those that run. For now, let me restate my position that I committed no offenses known to law. What they are charging me with doesn't exist, and they know it. I have no weapon. My only weapon is a microphone. And my courage that Chukwu Kabiama gave me. But it's up to those who persecute me to see reason to call their troops home. Let me state also categorically that IPOB worldwide is committed to the liberation of the land of Biafra from the shackles of tyranny. and we will not relent until a referendum is conducted. If you want us to do anything with you, if you want us to conduct any form of participation in whatever it is that you're doing, there must be a referendum to decide the quest for self-determination for Biafrans. That is our red line. It is not. We intend to achieve our goal through any means recognized by national and international laws. My fellow Biafrans, my compatriots, please indulge me to sincerely thank the State of Israel, the persecuted Jewish community in Biafra land, and Israel, and worldwide, who through their prayers and actions contributed in no small measure in assuring my physical safety and well-being. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless the land of Biafra. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless the land of Israel. Our destiny is before us, and nothing is going to alter that very path. Southeast and South-South are Delta. There is nothing like South-South. There is nothing like Southeast. All we have is Biafra. Our mothers in Akwa Ibom protested. Our mothers in Iguacha protested and are still protesting. Okonko is an Annan culture. Abariba people are descended from Akwa Ibom, Ibibio land. Ekpe is of Efik culture. But you find all these things in Igbo land. The divide and rule tactics of the colonial era and the internal hegemonic tendencies of Kowari One North have perpetuated these historical distortions. Onwegi ihe ọbụla ndị nro pụrụ ime. Ekwensu na-agba mgba n'efu. IPOB stands on the truth. We do not move from our position. And our position is very simple. Nothing will happen. They are registering little children in the north as usual. They are doing all they can to hold the people down in bondage. IPOB will not participate in such charade. It is not possible. We are civilized people and we play by civilized rules. There is nothing anybody can do to dissuade IPOB from following this path of total liberation of the land of Biafra. It is sacrosanct. It is not negotiable. My fellow Biafrans, as I've always said to you before, and I will continue to reiterate, those of you that stayed the course during my absence, my enforced absence, those of you who diligently pursued the path of truth and of hard work and of discipline and application will be we are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwu Okike Abiama is with us. We did it because Chukwu Okike Abiama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber. until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want. Thankfully, my enemies know this, and they know what is to come. I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart, and I wish to remind you, all of you that played a very pivotal role in defending justice and fairness, like Pa Ayo Adebanjo. These are truthful people. And I must also add Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. And I must also wish him a very happy birthday. All the forces of darkness must crumble before us. And let me assure you that I am coming. I am coming, and nothing can stop Biafra from reimagining. Absolutely nothing. Let me close by saying this. Everybody should pay particular attention. In my distress I cried unto Elohim. Adonai El Shaddai Chukwokika Biama Purimi Henino Nyefanageme Farose. I'm not an idol worshipper. Chukwokika Biama will kill me any day I do. I came to Jerusalem, you call it Jerusalem, where I prayed many years ago, and I had this revelation that Biafra will be restored. There is only one creator, not two, not three, not four, only one. If only our people can understand it. If only our people can follow the light, they will be liberated, but we are getting there. Deliver my soul, O Elohim, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue, those of them that lie and deceive. We don't know what shall be given to them, or what shall be done to them, those with their false tongues, those that arrows of the mighty with the coals of juniper. Woe is me, that I sojourn in the lands of the unbelievers, that I dwell in the tents of those who cannot reason. My soul hath long dwelt with them that hate peace. I am for peace. I, Nnamdi Kanu, is for peace. But when I speak, they are for war. Kachukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile bụ onye anyị na-efe. Onye na-adịgide nsọ wee ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Usu niile nke ndị agha onye nna-akpọku gbara asaa ụbọchị niile. Onye kere eluigwe n'ụwa. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị. Chineke nna nke kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Onye anyị na-etu ebighị ebi. Shall family of IPOB till the restoration of Biafra and beyond. All this I pray in the name of the Most High that liveth forever, Hashem, now and forevermore. Ise, Ise, Ise. My dear and fellow Biafrans, I have returned full time, and I am coming back, and I will bring hell with me. Thank you very much. Remain blessed wherever you are.